Good morning, guys. How are you? Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. It is a robust 2:15 Pacific time in the morning. We have just gotten back from Boston. It is late. It is 5:15 in the morning for the East Coast folks. We, meaning me, will be up here in about, 6 hours or so as we get rolling for the live stream, which will be at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time with myself and Pat Fitzmaurice. We will go through every game with you guys. We will make plays, prop bets, and more. I don't know if I'm going to have prop bets today. I'm just going to be honest. I may have one or two, but it is late. We're going to get to the picks. I'm not going to go really heavily in depth here with the plays. We'll talk more about them on the live stream. So if you want more of a breakout and a breakdown as to why I'm betting what I'm betting today, I will tell you coming up on the live stream at noon Eastern time. But a winning day yesterday. Alabama comes in for us. The Moody prop comes in. We get that. So there's our two wins. Michigan loses badly in the game. Finally, Ohio State gets a W. I was going into that. I was going to bet Ohio State, and then I changed at the last moment. Should have taken Ohio State, and it would have been a 3-0 day. And say it's 2-1 day. Winning day for us. Need to have a winning Sunday to have a winning week. It's in range, but we need to have it. It's very important. There is a Hard Rock bet of the day. We missed on the last one of these. We're 5-2 on the Hard Rock bet of the day. So we got one of those coming at you guys here for today. But let's start here, okay, with the Jets. And you might go, what? Hold on, okay? Let's start with the Jets. And let's start with the fact that the Jets are playing a Falcons team being quarterbacked by Kirk Cousins. Do you guys remember the fading of Kirk Cousins at a favorite? The Falcons are favored by 3 over Tyrod Taylor and the Jets. Falcons on the road, outside, as favorites. This is no bueno, okay? This is not good in terms of how Kirk Cousins has played as a favorite on the road. In particular, after a Kirk Cousins team wins, the next game they're 33-45-1 against the number. They snapped a 5-game losing streak to the Saints last week. Teams, according to the Action Network, they had this stat. Over the last 20 years, teams that snap a 5-game losing streak in their 10th game or later are winning just 38% of the games outright the next game. Over the last 5 years, they're 6-15 straight up and 8-11-2 against the number. Tyrod Taylor, okay? Tyrod Taylor is a great quarterback to back. Since the start of 2022, Tyrod Taylor is 6-0-1 against the spread in 7 starts, okay? When his team is under 500, like the Jets are, he's 16-5-1 ATS, including 11-2-1 against the spread as an underdog. The Jets are catching 3 points here. I'm not backing an outdoor team, a dome team going outdoors in late November. Absolutely not. Give me the Jets. We're taking the Jets at +3 here for 1.1 units. There's a theme to this card, by the way, just FYI. Let's go to Sunday night. Let's go to the game in prime time between the Bo Nix-led Broncos and Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. Here's the thing. When it's Daniels, you bet on the Commanders. When it's not, you fade them. Bo Nix on the road is a fade. He's 2-3 against the spread on the road. Sorry, at home, he's great. 6-0 straight up, 3-3 against the number, but do not like Bo Nix on the road. The Broncos have trailed in all their games this year at some point, and yet they're 9-2. They're not blowing people out. They're playing with fire in a lot of ways, and this might be not great. Broncos and Commanders are both coming off byes. I think you probably see a low-scoring game. And in low-scoring games, I want points. Give me the dog. I'm taking the 6.5. Give me Washington +6.5 here. Washington +6.5. Hopefully you guys get a 7, but we're taking Washington plus the points here at home against Bo Nix on Sunday Night Football against the Broncos. Let's stay in that late window, but in the afternoon, 4:25 Eastern time, the Raiders against Justin Herbert. All the numbers say bet the Chargers. I'm betting the Raiders. Why? Well, ESPN uncovered that Chip Kelly was calling plays that didn't exist. Tom Brady fired him personally. Tom Brady is looking to burn this thing to the ground, he said. If we have to, we'll burn it all the way to the ground and we'll start completely over. They might need to do that. However, it is Jim Harbaugh against Pete Carroll in a game in which Pete Carroll might be coaching for his job. Tom Brady might be sending a little message here to 73-year-old Pete and saying, hey, if you want to be here, these guys got to perform. You got to play well. Justin Herbert off of a bye. These are all bad, okay? He's won 4 games in a row the next week after a bye. But 10 points is 10 points. This is big. However, Justin Herbert against the AFC West has dominated. 29-1 against the spread. 8-0-1 over his last 9 starts against the AFC West. That's not good, okay? Geno Smith has been a disaster. Absolute disaster. But I think with the Raiders, okay, after firing Chip Kelly in a divisional game, catching 10 points, the Raiders went to Denver and they were competent when they were big dogs. I think the same thing's going to happen here. Raiders on the road as big dogs. I think they are going to be a competent team here, okay? I think they have a shot to cover, not to win, to cover. Lose the game by 7, lose the game by 8. Maybe it's a backdoor play, but I think we have a chance here with Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh and their rivalry. Pete Carroll as a dog against Jim Harbaugh has been disastrous. And Jim Harbaugh against the number this year has been tremendous, okay? Raiders are going to have a big problem with the pass rush here for the Chargers and the Chargers defense. There's all sorts of negative things. This is as much of a gut play as anything here, but I think in the week, a dead cat bounce after firing Chip Kelly. I think the whole team's going to play with their hair on fire. And frankly, it's a home game, okay? It's a home game. Chargers don't have fans. The Raiders, when they play in LA against the Chargers, that stadium will be blacked out, okay? That's going to be almost like a home game for the Raiders. I'm taking the points. Give me the Raiders plus 10 for 1.1 units. Now, teaser. Let's talk about the Houston Texans against the Colts. This number has crashed, okay? It just comes straight down. And the reason is the Texans have won 3 straight games against the Colts. It's the Texans' first 3-game win streak against Indy since going back to 2015, 2016. They have never beaten them 4 straight times, however. Texans started their franchise history 0-13 on the road at Indy. They couldn't win to save their life, but Daniel Jones played in New York for 6 seasons. In that time, he was 5-9 as a favorite. With the Colts, he's 4-3 as a favorite. Texans are on extended rest here, and they have a shot at winning this game. It's a monster game. Their defense has to step up. It looks like CJ Stroud is going to play in this game. That's why the numbers come straight down here, and I'm going to tease it up. I'm going to go one leg and give the Texans 9 points here to go from 3.5 to go up to 9, or from 3 up to 9 here. Cross that 7, get over close to 10 points. If you want to do a 7-point teaser, you can do that as well and get to 10. I don't mind that at all. You know, Texans have the Chiefs on deck since 2020. Teams with KC on the horizon are 65-40-1 ATS. Maybe even they cover the 3. But to me, I mean, look, I think this is going to be a lot of fun to see how these two teams play, because I don't think anybody really wants to play the Colts or the Texans in the playoffs, to be quite honest. But CJ Stroud being back is big. First leg of the teaser is Houston plus 9. And the other side, we're going to the Browns. And the Browns game is about weather, okay? This is a wind game. We're talking 20-mile-per-hour sustained winds, up to 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is going to be a windy game. Brock Purdy in the rain and in the wind in Cleveland has not played well. Scored 17 points his last time in Cleveland. They lost on the road. San Fran has lost 4 straight trips to Cleveland. Their last win in Cleveland was in 1984. 1984. How about this number? Since 2020, the Browns are 13-5 straight up at home against teams above 500. That is unbelievable. The Browns, when they're away from home against teams from 500, who are above 500, are 5-18 straight up. At home, different story. It's about Myles Garrett, It's about that defense, and it's about keeping Shedeur Sanders away from the interceptions. Brock Purdy threw 3 picks last week. Brock Purdy didn't look good. Brock Purdy's going to have a problem with this Cleveland defense. Didn't like San Fran last week, the way they played. They were fortunate to get a W. I got Myles Garrett. I got this defense. I got wind. I got weather here. Nah, not good, okay? The Browns are, this is a one bad stat. The Browns are coming off a straight-off win over the Raiders. Double-digit win. Since the start of last year, Cleveland is 0-5 ATS after a win, okay? So maybe they don't cover, but let's tease it, and let's give them 11.5. Houston +9, Browns +11.5, -125 teaser. There's your teaser of the week. So the theme is points, 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 and points. Why? Why am I all about points? Well, the reason why I'm all about points is because what has happened here in the NFL. We've seen a big turn here, okay? In the first 8 weeks of the season, favorites went 39-20 in the early 1 p.m. window, going over 500 in all 8 weeks, including 42-17 in the first half in the early window. Since week 9, favorites are 7-21-1 in the early window and 6-23 against the first half spread, okay? They're just not covering. Teams scoring 24 points or more are 118-53 against the spread. That would be the second lowest mark for a full year since 1990. The lowest was the COVID year back in 2020 at 67%, okay? So this is a very odd year. Not a lot of offense going on here. That's better for the dogs. Closer games, big spreads. Teams are having a hard time covering those big spreads. So first, we're going Jets +3, Raiders +10, Washington +6.5, and the teaser of Houston and the Browns, Houston +9, and the Browns at +115. Now, before I give you the Hard Rock play of the day, let me remind you about what you guys can get with Hard Rock Bet. It is a big time of the year. It's a big game day every day. Pro football, college football, NBA, college hoops, and more all happening right now. They still have the offer. Bet $5, you win. You get the winnings plus 150 in extra bonus bets as well. Hard Rock Sportsbook app is the only legal sportsbook in Florida, but it's also live in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado. Hard Rock Bet offers promos every single day. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit today. I mentioned weather in Cleveland. What are we betting with the wind? Oh, we're betting the under, of course. Hard Rock bet of the day, Browns and the San Fran 49ers under 36 at -110. I don't think Shedeur Sanders scores a ton. We bet the under last week. It hit for the Browns and the Raiders. Now the Browns are at home, and now the Browns are in weather, wind, rain, nastiness in Cleveland. Midwest has been dealing with all wintry mix in the wind whipping off the lakes. Under 36. I don't care about Christian McCaffrey. I don't think he has a big game here against this great Browns defense. And I think Myles Garrett is going to really make life difficult on this offense for the 49ers. On the flip side, Shedeur Sanders against Kyle Shanahan, against a very good defensive coordinator. I'm not exactly jumping up and down about Shedeur Sanders in this game here today, but I do think they play it close to the vest. Low scoring game. Browns +11.5 on the teaser and the under 36 for our Hard Rock bet of the day. I will talk to you guys coming up at noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time with Pat Fitzmaurice for our live stream on the BettingPros YouTube channel. My name is Matt Perrault. We'll talk to you later today, like in 6 hours from now, wherever you guys get your podcast, whenever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.